What's good, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Now, my last video I made was how Lyft was stealing money from drivers, right, by not adding the surge. And this is another example. That my last video explained everything in the detail, how Uber was surging and Lyft had one little area that was surging. And this is a second example, right? This is an Eagles game, and this is September 8th. And the Eagles won, come on, focus, and this was the fourth quarter, right? And most likely everybody was leaving. As you can see, this is Philadelphia, and this is where the stadium is at. Now, the red area is a surge. This is actually a picture of the area, so I can't, let me see if I can zoom in, but it doesn't tell you how much it was surging. But it was definitely surging in this area, right? It was busy, it was surging. And people were drunk. You know, this was September 8th, Sunday afternoon, around like 4 o'clock, I think. Yeah, around like 4:04 in the afternoon. And it was definitely surging around that stadium when people were leaving, right? But for Lyft, it was surging. But the problem is, it was just busy for Lyft. Like Lyft, I think Lyft is holding out on the surge. I wish I can prove it. You know, if I was a passenger that day, I would take pictures of the surge and tell people about it. But the thing is, like, I don't want to ask passengers that day if it was surging or not. I hate asking passengers how much they paid for their ride. Some people still tell me by just like complaining about how much they pay for the ride, but I never go out there when they say, "Oh, do you mind, telling me how much you pay for this ride?" But look at the difference. It's the same area. But Uber was definitely surging. If you pick up somewhere in this area, you'll probably make maybe an extra $5, $6, right? Lyft, not a damn thing. Now, the difference between Lyft and Uber, this is what I had last week. In my last video, I was explaining how Lyft wasn't surging. And look, this is the surge for Lyft. This was a Saturday night here in Philadelphia, right? Same exact time. This was Uber. The whole city, the surge that you see for Lyft was right in this area right here. The whole city was surging for Uber. Not the entire city, but the South Philly, this area, Kensington and Fishtown, and around the Temple area. And a part of Penn University is right here. Lyft, one little section was surging. What about all this right here? And right here. And right here. I was explaining this in my last video. If you want to go watch that, it's in the description box down below. Just click on it and watch it. It's scary, man. That's why, like, I can't support Lyft, because they're taking so much money from us and they're decreasing the pay for the drivers. Like, I thought Uber would do that first, but Lyft, man, like, I don't know why. Like, Lyft is such a bad company now. They're both got bad companies, but Lyft is getting worse. Look at this, $5 everywhere. And this is actually cheap. It was actually $11 here at one point, $9 here at one point. And I was able to collect a lot of rides around this area, around the Temple area. But Lyft, nothing. Not a damn thing. So this area definitely had the surge. Most likely this was surging, but the time I took the picture, it didn't tell me how much you had to pay if you pick up a passenger at that time. I did not drive this day. I just took a picture to give everybody an example of how much Lyft is stealing from drivers. I actually got drunk myself, and it was the first official Eagles game. And I was like, you know what, I want to stay home today and enjoy it. So, but Uber, Lyft. If I had to choose between the two right now, before I loved to drive with Lyft, but now ever since I've been noticing the decrease in miles that they pay you now and the surge that's non-existent, I just drive for Uber. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you're not frustrated with this video like I was when I seen this. and I see you next time on the channel.